it out or pronounced out, every pony. This is BronyDan. It's not original, but hey, you try coming up with reality these days. Well, it's December time, and we all know what that means. It's Christmas time! Hit it, Paul!
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Yes, even the most ear-bleeding of songs cannot dampen the fact that the best time of the year is upon us. Everything from the food, the presents, the feeling of goodwill, which I think we are in desperate need of in this day and age, and of course, that great Christmas tradition.
Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming. 'Tis the season.
No, not them! I'm talking about the Panto season. Now, for those of you outside of the UK, the pantomime, or Panto as it's usually referred to, is an old British theatre tradition going back hundreds of years. It's essentially an audience participation musical comedy full of topical jokes, songs, slapstick and cross-dressing, while mostly based on classic children's fairy tales. Anyone who has ever been involved in performing arts has to at least done some form of panto in their lives. Hell, even I've done a few pantos.
Come on, where are you going to put it? Come on. Come on. Hello, come on. No, open it up. Come on. You set a hand.
Okay, so I might have done the adult version of Cinderella, but it counts. Well, to get us into the Christmas season, I've decided to take a look at something which can be counted as Panto related. And what I've chosen is the BBC's Panto of Jack and the Beanstalk from 1994. We open upon a group of fairies, one of whom looks like she's trying to be the next Sue Pollard.
It's about your flying.
Oh, what's the matter with it?
You may think it's clever and smart.
No, I don't. Every fairy does it.
You're upsetting nature. The sparrows think it's a dive bomber.
I will improve.
And then finally I'll become a yellow coat. So the head fairy decides to send her to the village of Little Pucket, where they spend most of their day singing Good Morning from Singing in the Rain with the assistance of a Rastafarian Elton John.
Good morning, we've danced the whole night through. Good morning.
We're going to the Crocodile Rock, man. And it's here that we're introduced to our stars, Jack and Jack, played by those creepy uncles who still can't believe made it as children entertainers, the Chuckle Brothers.
Right, so what's your name?
Jack.
Okay, what's your name?
Jack.
But you both look like brothers.
We are.
Okay, here comes an unpopular opinion. I was never a big fan of the Chuckle Brothers. I mean, yes, I did watch Chucklevision like everyone else did, but come on, we only watched it because there was nothing else on in that time slot, and it was never really one of those shows I don't think anyone is going to remember as a vital point of their childhood. The only thing you do remember from that show was the bloody theme song and to me, to you, to me, to you. But I will say that despite that, I actually don't mind them in this. Maybe it's because the pair were by this point masters of Panto performances that it feels quite natural and believable. Or maybe it's just because I'm less cynical because I've done Panto myself and I can appreciate the charm. So Jack and Jack, okay, screw it, I'm just calling them by their real names. So Paul and Barry and their mother live under the rule of the wicked Squire Tyre.
Higher!
What?
Higher!
So wicked Squire Tyre seems to be putting up their rent all the time while the giant seems to be kidnapping various people. I'm getting lightheaded.
Tell your mother I'll be calling on her at 12.
That's odd. We live at number 9.
12 o'clock.
Come on, let's go and tell Mummy.
Okay, but how about a song?
Why?
Because it's the only chance we get to sing one. They call me Looby, Looby, not with a great big booby.
Yes, screw the urgency of bankruptcy and losing our homes. We demand a song. So they head off home to their mother, who is a woman. No, wrong. You're breaking the first rule of Panto. These type of characters, usually referred to as the dame, always has to be played by a man. It doesn't feel right.
I have my 2 sons, and they do say that children are worth all the money in the world.
Mother!
I'll have the money.
So in order to get the money for the rent, Paul and Barry have to sell their cow, Daisy.
Daisy, give me your answer, do.
But they meet the Sue Pollard fairy who gives them the magic beans for the cow.
What are those?
They must be those new pound coins.
I don't think the parking meters will take them just yet. Their mother naturally is pissed off at the trade as she throws their foam dummies out of the house with the beans as well.
You know, I wish they really had been magic beans.
But the power of the BBC's visual effects department makes the beans grow until it reaches the sky.
This is the lady that gave us the beans. You?
That's right, and I've brought your cow back.
Never mind the cow. What about this? It's grown right across my window.
There lies your fame and fortune.
Now look, there's the fortune, but where's the fame?
Leave that to me. Hello? Is that Blue Peter?
Hello! And Blue Peter today comes from a cottage deep in the heart of the countryside where the most amazing thing has happened.
Of course! We'll steal from the giant and then we'll get our Blue Peter badges for it! Yeah, I wasn't an avid fan of Blue Peter either. I am like the human form of childhood disappointment. So Paul, Barry and their mother climb the beanstalk and into the giant's castle.
Look at the giant chair and the giant cushions.
And look at that giant table with the giant flowers.
And the giant candlestick. I wonder what sort of person lives here.
Well, clearly it's Peter Dinklage. So the giant has kidnapped everyone for his meals while the goose lays gold bricks. I guess they couldn't even afford to paint actual eggs gold.
Look at that chest. That's typically you, Mother. Always thinking about men.
Play me a lullaby, Harp, so I can go to sleep and work up an appetite.
Rock-a-bye giant on the beanstalk. If you pluck my strings, people will talk.
You know any Tina Turner?
You bet! You're simply the best! Better than all the rest!
But the giant catches the pair, but their mother manages to get them to escape along with the giant's goose and treasure. Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that the physics of it falling hundreds of feet in the air would damage it by throwing its obvious Photoshop duplicate. Here comes the real one! But the giant wakes up and chases them down the beanstalk. Now all that is left is to cut it down and... or shrink the giant to human size instead. I will admit I haven't done this Panto, so I'll just assume it happens there, considering that Pantos never kill off the villains.
Well, I nearly shrunk myself. I mean, we've got nothing to eat.
Of course we have. We've got loads to eat. What? Beans.
And that's where the whole thing ends, and... it's Panto. I mean, what you see is what you get. It's cheesy, it's a little bit camp and over the top, but when you're doing Panto, that's the basic requirement. Paul and Barry Chuckle are certainly having fun, as you would expect. The cast is energetic, the song's upbeat and lively, it's colourful. It is everything you would expect a Panto to do right. Well, nearly everything. Well, that's my contribution to the Christmas season, and this is BronyDan saying, Nostar, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you all in 2018.